When you're doing a presentation, it's sometimes a good idea to try and make a bold start to really get your audience's attention and get them excited for what you're about to say. By combining multiple animations, you can make a dynamic opening page for your presentation. And here I have the opening page for my presentation, and these images all correspond to each of the 8 themes of the presentation. And I'd like to use them to make a really striking opener. And the idea that I had was to make each photo start out in the center here behind the Rousseau logo and grow and move to their current positions. If I look at my layers panel, in the images layer, I can see each one of these placed photos, along with the Roux Academy logo sitting on top, which is locked so it doesn't get in my way. I'm going to select each of the images, go to my animations panel, and I'm going to choose the preset Move and Scale, Move Right and Shrink. I'll leave it set to on-page load, and I'll leave the duration of 1 second. Why did I choose Move Right and Shrink when I actually want these to grow out of the middle of my page? Because I'm going to use Animate to Current Appearance. So I'm going to switch from Current Appearance to Current Appearance. Everything's sort of backwards here. Actually, these are going to move left and grow. Next, I want them to fade in as they move. But remember that since we're using to Current Appearance, we have to choose the opposite of what we want. So we're going to choose Fade Out. And for visibility, we'll have them hidden until animated. Next, we need to change the motion paths for these photos. If I click on one with my selection tool, you can see the motion path, and it ends in the center of the photo, so it's going to end up at this location. But right now, it's going to start out here, and I want it to come from the center of the Roux logo. So I'll click on it once with my selection tool, and press the A key on my keyboard to get the direct selection tool. And that way I can click and select just this endpoint and move it into position centered right on the Roux logo. So now this animation will follow this path out to there. I'll repeat that for the other photos. Now let's preview this page. And that's an interesting effect. I have a little bit of cleanup work to do to get the timing right, because this one came in second to last instead of last. And I might also want to work on the timing so they all come out at once. So let's fix that. First of all, I'll go to the timing panel. I'll drag number 6 before number 7. I'll select all the animations and click on Play Together. Now let's preview again. And there you go. That's a pretty striking opener. They all play simultaneously and they all come out of that Roux logo. You could do other things in this situation too. You might experiment with other shapes for the motion path or changing the duration of some of the animations so they come out of the logo at differing speeds. You can have a lot of fun coming up with creative animation effects to start off your presentation with a bang.